Welcome to the Rich Flow of Life podcast. Join Valerie Kanay, the award-winning authority author, as she takes you on a journey for your personal evolution. Valerie Kanay talks to enlightened featured guests who hold the keys to unlock your unique life situation. They each bring to the table their very powerful personal spin to inspire and empower you to learn to step up your game into the rich flow of life.
I'm Valerie Kanay, and I am honored, pleased, and so grateful to introduce our featured guest today. Oh yes, she is the one and only Monique Welch. Monique is my crown jewel, and I'll tell you about her. She is the author of the book, Start Your Thing. It's about how to quickly build a successful business right now in a very busy and noisy world. So hey, check this out now. Get this here. She's also the host of the podcast, Start Your Thing. Therefore, Monique is known all around the world as the ideal alchemist. Understand this, I tell you, she is the business building branding strategist to help you start your own thing. Monique has the ability to see golden opportunities where you, I, and perhaps others may see just problems. Just to name a few, I'll give you some of her accolades of rock-solid portfolio. It includes an award-winning spa brand, the first 100% offline tourist guide app in Eastern Caribbean, a top-rated dessert restaurant, and a highly sought-after consulting practice. And if that's not enough, Monique tells me that really and truly, she's just getting fired up. So that's why I bring her to you, so you can now get to know what you need to start doing to get a game plan that will turn your ideas into products and services. For Monique also tells me that your customers will shake that money tree and buy from you. Isn't that right, Monique? And welcome, welcome, welcome.
Most definitely. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for that warm welcome.
You're welcome, darling. I'm so glad that you took the time out to be with me today. So just jump right in, because you know what to do and how to handle this.
Sure. Well, I specialize in helping people take their ideas from off of the back of a napkin and really get into action. A lot of people, they have a dream inside of them, but they're really not sure how to turn that into a real business. They're not even sure if it's a real business. And so I work with them to figure out where the revenue streams are in their idea, who are their customers, how they find them. I also help them to figure out the next right step for them to move forward in their business and keep them continuously in action. It's what I do in my book, it's what I do in my podcast, and it's what I do with my clients one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. Now, Monique, share with me like you did before. This wasn't always your story. And what led you to this journey? Like you told me just a little bit about you was working a job and you could do stuff for other people. You figured you could do it for yourself. Break that down for me again. I want you to share that with everybody.
Oh, absolutely. So the real turning point for me, and I've always had a vision of being an entrepreneur, but I never really put it into a context until I started my first real job out of college. And so I had just graduated in May, and by the second week of May, I had a job. And I was working there for 2.5 years. I did a master's degree, and finally I decided I wanted to pursue larger work for the company. And so with all this education I had, I went after a contract for a consultancy job, which was $148,000 at the time.
Okay.
And I was so excited. I was managing a team of 4 people. I was responsible for the project, reporting to the client, and it was a real blast.
Okay.
The challenge was that I was still getting the same salary that I got when I first came out of university. So by now I had a master's. I brought in this contract. I wasn't paid any extra. I wasn't given anything additional. And I realized, if I can bring in a client like this for myself, why do I need this job? Why do I need to cap my income at whatever my boss pays me when I could use the same skills, the same expertise to build a business of my own? And that's what I did. For 3 months, I sat there and I researched what is going to be my business. And I just waited. I said, I know I need, I put in my time. I've given this company so much. I'm waiting until there's space to let me go because I wanted my severance package. that would allow me to have the capital I needed to really start my thing. And that's exactly what happened.
Start your thing. Okay. So that's how it all began. Start your thing. Okay. Very cool. So you went through the whole channels of it yourself when you had the job. Were you like researching what you wanted to do? How did that whole thing come about?
Yeah, I was always researching, and it started because I had an interest in my own hair care. So I was really obsessed with these really expensive hair care products that I had gotten accustomed to when I was living in Canada. And I was back in Barbados at the time, and they were so expensive there. And I said, I'm going to teach myself how to do it. So I sat down and I went in all the forums, I went on blogs, and I tried to find the recipes to make my own products.
Awesome.
And people noticed the difference in my hair and my skin because I was able to make stuff for my skin too. And then I said, I'm going to make this into a business. I'm going to make these products that I'm creating into something that everyone can have access to.
Okay. Very cool. So there you go. You've just always been a little ingenious busybody doing stuff. How? Okay. So when you came to write your book, you used your own background, knowledge and experience and research to do this. So how can a person apply what you've written and put it into their own life?
Great question, Valerie. So the book is really, now it's tested because I wrote the book based on a process I used to launch an ice cream shop within 4 weeks. And this is from idea to opening the doors and accepting customers. It was done within 4 weeks. And so the book was the foundation for that, or the book documents the process I went through, even though I don't use that business as the example throughout the book. And really it's based on this process I created called Idea Alchemy. And it covers 3 main steps. First, it's about expanding your thought. So understanding what your idea is, who it's for, what is required in order to build that idea. Then you have to have your business model. So we talk about how are you going to make money? What is your product? Who is it for? How are you going to find those people? How are you going to let them know you exist in order to build a business? And the third part is action, because of course, ideas without action are just dreams.
Right. Everything starts with a dream, but you need some action in there, right?
Oh, absolutely. Nothing happens without that.
Okay. So how is it, Monique, that you're such a great strategist and you've given examples, there's testimonials on your website about the people that have so greatly benefited from your help and you've achieved so much with them, with your clients. So how do you get to the core of, say, like a person, they say, well, all that stuff sounds good and everything, but I got too much junk in my life. You have a way to help them clear out and get to the core of things so that they can get centered to start their own thing?
Oh, absolutely. I think, the core principle of success is focus. And I even mention it in my book, but, people use different definitions of focus as an acronym, but I use follow one course until systemized. And it's the idea that even if you have tons of things going on in your business and your life, you're going to find one thing that you want to concentrate on. And you're going to work on that one aspect of your business or your life until there's a system around it functioning without you. That is the key to really growing a business. And if you want to grow another one, becoming a serial entrepreneur or having multiple businesses at the same time, you have to have focus. You have to create a system that allows you to get the task completed and move on to the next one.
Very cool. So you actually created that system that you use with folks?
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And one of the things I love about you, Monique, I got to tell you, is that you have the magical ability to see just opportunities. I talk to so many people and they have such a closed vision on what's really exploratory, what's really potentially available. How is it? Do you know yourself? Sometimes we don't even know our own gifts. Do you know what caused you to see those opportunities so vividly? How's that plain as daylight to you?
Well, that's a really good question.
I'm curious to know. Do you know?
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things. First of all, I think that it's something that I've just been blessed with, this ability to just step back and observe from a distance. But I think that my skills were enhanced by training as an environmental manager, being able to see a problem in a holistic way. And so in my last life, because it seems like a lifetime ago.
Girl, come on, bring it up.
Yes, I have a master's in natural resource management. And it's really about looking at all of the different elements related to creating a problem. And so by understanding how things work and understanding the components, you're able to dissect it, find the challenges, and then create a strategy around correcting them. So definitely that training has helped me in being able to focus the skill, but it's something that I've always seen in my life,
Mm-hmm. And then you learn how to dissect. You almost sound like a scientist, You know the way a chemist, a scientist work, how they take something and they extract this and pull this aside and put that in. So that's what it sounds like to me. So, yeah, go ahead.
Definitely. The thing about business, a lot of people think that it's by chance, but it's not. It's by design. And so there is some scientific component to it, because if you want to be able to, if I want to create a system and process that you can repeat and be successful, then I have to fully understand what's involved. And it's not a cookie cutter system where you have to call 100 people a week and you have to have this on your website and do this and this and this. But it's a more general system where you're looking at what is it that people buy? Why do people buy in your industry? What is it that they're looking for? What problem are you solving? And really looking at it from a larger perspective, not on that micro scale of specific actions that you have to take.
I got you. And that sounds really amazing, because what I want to know also is this. You say, for instance, you got people out here who've started their thing, and like you say on your website, you may have a little something going, but you just don't have it going to the point where you can raise it up to the next level. You are also able to help people do that as well. If you have an idea, that's fine, but if they already have a little something going on, you can help them take that up to the next level. Is that right?
Most definitely. And that's another area people struggle with, Some people struggle with getting off the ground. Other people struggle from, where do I go from here? And they don't have the direction of what's next for them. So I can help people with any aspect of building an idea, either from the ground up or from a little above the ground further up.
Mm-hmm. And so how does the program work, Monique? Can you just explain how that would somebody would hook into you, and then what can they expect?
Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, it does follow the process of idea alchemy, where we first think about what your idea is through the thought expansion process. So one program that I offer is a 90-day program, and we work on each module of the idea alchemy process for 1 month at a time. So in thought expansion, we'll look at understanding what problem you're solving. We'll also look at the fears that come up for you as a business owner as you're working to solve that problem. Some people have fears around being credible and having the right expertise, and how can we create that expert status for you and position you as a trusted brand and resource. After we work through that side of things, where you have a solid business goal in mind and you have the right mindset and the right action steps to make that happen, then we get into the business model where you're making money. What are you going to offer? What price are you going to sell it at? Is this something people want to buy? We test it to make sure that your audience is interested in that thing that you're selling. Because the worst thing is to build a business and then have no customers because you built the wrong business or you packaged it wrong. And then again, as the last module of the training is where you're really getting into action. And I even include a sales challenge in there. So you have to get out and start selling before
Awesome.
those 90 days are up. You've got to be making money.
You put them to work, Monique?
Most definitely.
I saw something on your website. Don't come to my door if you're not really to work for yourself. You put them to work, baby.
It's all about the action, Valerie. If you're not going to take action, it doesn't make sense even showing up. I don't want people who are there to complain. I want people who are ready for results.
That's right. I made a post on my Facebook today. You have to make the days count. So to make the days count, that means you need to be doing the right things at the right time, in the right way, in the right way. So that's what it takes. So Monique, I just feel miracles and blessings from talking to you. There's something about it when you surround yourself with the right type of folks in your life. And it doesn't matter how they come through you, through a call, through face-to-face or any kind of interaction. So I feel your presence. You hear me? It's so great to now know you. And I don't take lightly that you took the time out to be with me as this program comes to an end. So I just want to collect on you your final thoughts that you can leave us with, your contact information. Just take this opportunity to just share that, please.
Thank you so much, Valerie. It's really a pleasure to be here. If anybody is thinking of starting a business, if they just have a small feeling in their soul that this is the next step for them, take action. Even if it's as simple as buying a book, writing a post about it, do something to take action in your business every single day. And if you're interested in working with someone who can help you get there and help you avoid the very expensive mistakes that I made when I was starting, because they are expensive.
They're expensive.
I'm more than willing to help anybody figure it all out and get a plan into place. So you can visit me at moniquewelch.com, or you can check out my podcast at startyourthing.com. There's lots of really good advice on there for building and growing your business.
And how can they get a copy of the book?
So you can grab a copy of the book. It's available at startyourthing.com/pre-order, because it's not for sale yet. You'll be one of the first people to get a copy.
Ooh.
And after the book is live, then it will be startyourthing.com/book.
Wonderful. And then do you have a club membership that they can join up with or something like that?
Yes, there is a Facebook group for the people who are starting a business, and it's called the Starters Club. So if you go to startyourthing.com/club, you'll be able to see the link to join the Facebook community there.
Well, Monique, again, like I say, thank you. This has all been so very informative, educational, and mostly beautiful. You're a beautiful soul, beautiful spirit. So I thank you, and I love you dearly. Okay?
Thank you, Valerie, and the feeling is absolutely mutual.
All right, darling. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to the Rich Flow of Life podcast with host Valerie Kanay. We're most appreciative you took the time to be with us, and thank you. For more action, go subscribe to Valerie Kanay Talks YouTube channel and like us on Facebook at Valerie Kanay Talks and follow us on Twitter at Valerie Kanay. Until next time, we love ya.